Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're plunging into a concept that's really shaking things up in online shopping, especially coming out of China. It's called interest EC.
Yeah, it's fascinating. And this deep dive, it's based entirely on the source material provided for you. It really gives a window into how, consumer behavior and platform tech are evolving together.
Okay, let's unpack this then. So the material traces this back to ByteDance, yeah,
Yeah,
the TikTok people introducing it back in April 2021.
that's right. April 2021, they unveiled it at a conference for vendors on Douyin, which is, like you said, their Chinese version of TikTok.
Got it. So what is interest EC at its heart?
Well, fundamentally, it's about shopping driven by your wants, your interests, things you desire, maybe even stuff you didn't realize you wanted until, you see it flash past.
So it's different from traditional online shopping, where you go looking
Ver-
for something specific you need.
Exactly. That traditional way, the sources sometimes call it shelf EC, like browsing shelves in a store. You have a need, you search for it. Interest EC flips that.
Needs versus wants. And this is happening mainly inside live streaming and short video apps like Douyin or Kuaishou.
Precisely. That's the environment where it thrives.
And because it relies so much on ByteDance's algorithms to figure out what might grab you.
Right. The algorithm is key, which is why you also hear it called algorithm EC. Makes sense, really.
And I saw a fast EC mentioned too. I guess because the whole process from seeing to buying is super quick.
Yeah, incredibly quick. That's another aspect. All these names just highlight different sides of this pretty fundamental shift.
Okay, so our goal here, our mission for this deep dive, is to really get into what interest EC is, see how it's different from that old shelf EC model, and explore what it all means, for us as buyers and for the businesses trying to reach us.
Definitely. And the sources use a pretty good analogy to frame it. Thinking about how physical shops evolve, you start with like simple market stalls. A flea market, maybe?
Okay, where you might find specific stuff or just wander around.
Then you get more specialized shops, right? Butchers, bakers, they group together, forms a market street. You go to the butcher when you need meat. That's kind of like early e-commerce, searching for a book or specific electronics.
Right, you know the need, you go to the specific place. Efficient.
Exactly. Then comes the huge supermarket or department store, like a Walmart. Everything under one roof. Pure efficiency for known needs. If you need anything, it's probably there. The sources compare this to platforms like Taobao. Type in a search, get a massive list. The big virtual shelf.
Mm-hmm. And the contrast to that pure efficiency is like the shopping mall.
Yes. You don't just go there for efficient buying. It's an experience. Entertainment. You browse, grab food, maybe catch a movie. The discovery is part of the fun.
And that's where interest EC fits better, right? More like the mall or even just scrolling for fun.
Totally. The material points out people don't usually open Douyin because they need to buy socks. They open it to be entertained, funny videos, news, dances, whatever, just like you might on TikTok.
And somehow, mixed into that entertainment stream, are these videos or live streams selling stuff. Sometimes you can barely tell the difference between the content and the commerce.
Oh, absolutely. The line is super blurry. The sources give that great example of someone live streaming, just cooking and eating the food they're selling. You watch, you get hungry.
And bang, you can buy the ingredients right there. It sparks that immediate want.
So you're pulled in by the content, you're entertained, something catches your eye, triggers a desire, tap, buy. It's how the product found you that's fundamentally different.
That really is the core of it, isn't it? Traditional EC, person searches for product.
Interest EC. Product finds person, powered by that algorithm.
Which is why algorithm EC is such a fitting name. The material explains how traditional recommendations often analyze the person. Your past buys, people like you.
Right, they group you. You bought bathroom cleaner. Okay, maybe you need mold cleaner because other people in your group bought both.
Makes sense for needs. But predicting a random want, that seems much harder just based on past shopping lists.
Exactly. What entertains you is way more varied than what you routinely need. You watch a cute dog video. Does that mean you want a dog? Or just like animals? Or the creator? A person-based algorithm might just show you cat videos next. It could miss the real interest.
Okay, so this is where ByteDance apparently had a key insight, focusing on the content first.
Yes. The material emphasizes this. When a video goes up, the algorithm analyzes the video itself, what's in it. The objects, themes, style, everything.
Before it even knows who might like it.
Right. It shows it to a small, random group, measures the reaction watch time, replays, skips.
Okay. And based on who liked it, the algorithm learns about that video's specific audience potential.
Precisely. Then it finds more people with similar attributes to show it to. It iterates, constantly refining who sees that video based on real-time feedback to that specific content.
So back to the dog video example.
Yeah, so people who watch because they actually want a dog might then see ads for pet supplies. People who just like animals might get cat videos. People who like the creator might see more of their stuff.
And the really interesting bit
Is that people who like the lifestyle hinted at in the video say, the dog playing in a big yard, they might even get shown ads for real estate.
wow. Okay, so the content-first analysis unlocks those hidden, latent wants, things you'd never search for. You didn't know you wanted a house with a yard until that dog video somehow triggered that resonance.
Exactly. And this changes the whole buying process. Traditional EC often follows that ACES model. Attention, interest, search, action, share, maybe across different sites.
Right, but interest EC, the sources suggest, is more like AIAS. Attention, you're scrolling, interest, video grabs you, action, buy it right there, share, send the video maybe.
Yeah, the search step often vanishes. And because the content can be so short, like 15 seconds,
That whole loop from interest to purchase can happen in moments.
super fast. And it's seamless, usually within the same app. The material notes this leads to much higher conversion rates than the traditional model, where you can get distracted between steps or platforms.
The way they get users is different too. Traditional platforms spend a fortune on ads, right? TV, billboards, just to get you to open their app and start searching, paying for traffic.
Whereas platforms like Douyin or Quishu, they attract you with the content. You go there to be entertained. The shopping is almost secondary, blended in. The content is the traffic driver.
Which must have huge implications for sellers. On the old platforms, it's ads, keywords, rankings, trying to buy visibility, often expensive.
Very expensive. But with interest EC, the cost shifts. It's less about paying for clicks in the old way and more about investing in, well, good content.
Content that connects.
Exactly. The sources mention those simple videos, the food seller eating, the remote control plane demo, the self-stirring mug.
Yeah.
They weren't slick ads.
Yeah, the plane video was apparently just a factory worker showing it fly.
Yeah.
And the mug video looks like it was shot on a phone in a kitchen.
But they worked. They were authentic, engaging enough for the algorithm to push them out. Creativity and connection can be more cost-effective than just throwing money at ads.
That shift also affects price competition, doesn't it? On shelf EC, especially for basic stuff like, I don't know, paper towels, price is king. People compare intensely.
Oh, yeah. The sources say even a tiny price difference, like 1 yuan, can massively swing sales for those commodity items.
But on interest EC, it's more impulsive. That content sparks a desire now. You see that cool mug? You want it. If the price seems okay for that feeling.
You just buy it. You're not likely to pause your entertainment scroll to meticulously price compare across 5 websites to save pennies on a novelty item that just caught your eye.
The content shows the product kind of in isolation too. Not lined up next to 5 identical competitors on a search results page. It's more about, is this thing shown this way worth this price to me right now?
Right. And the sources highlight that this model is really good for building brands, especially differentiated ones. They use Three Squirrels, the snack brand, as an example.
Yeah. They started out using famous streamers on traditional platforms like Taobao. Drove sales, sure, but maybe not brand loyalty. People bought because the streamer said so.
Exactly. So Three Squirrels changed tactics. They started their own live streams on Douyin with their own staff hosting, focused on what makes them unique, the health aspects, the variety, building that direct rapport.
And apparently it worked really well.
Dramatically well, according to the material. Their own Douyin stream sales overtook the sales from those big third-party streamers. Their social following grew massively, new products sold well, signs they were building a real fan base for the brand.
And other brands mentioned, like Hondu for fashion, Yuanqi Senlin for drinks.
Yeah.
They made similar shifts towards interest EC platforms.
It seems the common factor is they're differentiated brands, not selling generic stuff. They have a unique angle.
And ByteDance's own data backs this up, saying a huge chunk of viewers on top streams are fixed fans.
Over 40%, yeah. And those fans convert at way higher rates, like more than 15 times higher than non-fans. Building that community through content really pays off on these platforms.
So putting it all together, needs versus wants, search versus entertainment, paid traffic versus content, price wars versus fan loyalty. The sources seem to think interest EC won't totally kill traditional shelf EC. They'll coexist.
Yeah, that makes sense. You'll still probably just quickly reorder your usual coffee on a standard site. That's a need efficiently met.
But you might stumble upon I don't know, a weird new kitchen gadget or a snack from a brand you've never heard of while scrolling videos, and impulsively buy that. That's the interest easy want being sparked.
And the lines are already blurring, aren't they? Traditional platforms are adding video features. Sellers use short videos on social media to drive traffic back to their traditional stores. It's definitely mixing.
Shelf VC was dominant for, what, nearly 20 years?
Yeah, quite a long run. Maybe the surprise isn't that it's changing, but that it stayed so consistent for so long. The online retail world is definitely evolving in some really interesting ways.
Okay, so let's just recap this big shift we've explored. We're moving from a world where people actively search for products on a kind of virtual shelf.
To one where products increasingly find people through engaging, often entertaining content.
From shopping that's mainly about efficiency, fulfilling known needs,
To shopping spurred by entertainment, uncovering wants you didn't even know you had.
from businesses focusing heavily on price competition and paying for traffic.
To needing creative content, communicating value differently, and building these loyal fan communities.
So given how good this product finds person approach seems to be at grabbing our attention and surfacing these hidden desires, here's a final thought for you to chew on. What does this big transformation really mean for our own relationship with the consumption? And how might it force businesses trying to reach us to totally rethink how they operate?
Think about your own online habits. How much is deliberate searching versus those impulsive discoveries from stumbling across something cool? This new landscape, it's here, it's complex, and it's definitely not standing still.